Hello guys, welcome back to Gaming Tidbits, and today we're going to talk about the NES. So, Pat the NES Punk from YouTube has done a Kickstarter for the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to NES Library book. For those who don't know, Pat the NES Punk has been a big Nintendo Entertainment System enthusiast for the years. That's basically what his channel was built on for years, was reviewing NES games. He actually just finished his 6th annual NES Marathon for the Children's Miracle Network charity. It's a charity, 24-hour charity stream he does for the last 6 years, once a year, and it's a lot of fun to watch. Well, he's come up with the ultimate guide to the NES Library. He's done a Kickstarter for it. It's already met its goal of 16,000. Last I looked, it's already 25,000. But it is a 450-page color book, which it's an indie published book, so it is not going to be cheap. So a digital copy of the book would be $30 on Kickstarter. For a physical copy, it'd be $60, but it covers 750 plus NTSC library games, including the Dirty Pal games that were not released in the United States, the Australian games that weren't released over here, the peripheries, reviews and reflections on each game. It's not just here's the game. It also has the box cover art of each game in there. It just looks really cool, and really, if you love the Nintendo Entertainment System, it just looks like an awesome book. To me, the love and care in this book was taken as much as the Dreamcast Junkyard's, Dreamcast book I recently talked about that long ago. It looks really cool, and he does have some special guests in the book, like for example, Blake Harris, who did the author of Console Wars and Angry Video Game Nerd, will have something in the book also, along with other people. This is just a book for people who love the NES and want a book in physical form. I know at this stage people talk about the internet, but there's just something about having a book in your hands. And actually a lot of this, as you see in the pictures, a lot to me of this book seems a lot like, to me, almost Nintendo Power-ish feel a little bit. And I love the Nintendo Power magazine. It's a shame that it went away, because that was such a great magazine for me when it came to gaming. And this kind of reminds me of it a little bit. And so, if you love the Nintendo Entertainment System, you should definitely go support this Kickstarter if you want a 450-page book. I know it's kind of funny, when we get to the bottom, Pat the NES Punk put on the bottom, when they had stretch goals, he said, the book's 450 pages, how big is too big? And at some point you just have to cut it off and leave it as is. I mean, as much as you want to do more, how big and how heavy does the book have to be before it becomes unshippable and just like crazy insane? I mean, this book in itself, you think about it, this covers, it says 1985 to 1995, and 750 plus games is a lot of games and a lot of stuff to go through and a lot of content to read, and he talked about in it, like the history of the games, which I think is very important. The further we get away from something like the NES, unfortunately sometimes rumors and stuff happen that just aren't true, and it is cool to have a book of all the games in one place. And to me, if I had the money for this Kickstarter is up, I will definitely be in this book, because I love Nintendo Entertainment System, and it's a big part of my childhood. That Nintendo Powered made a lot of my childhood when it came to gaming. It made me love gaming. I started on the Atari 2600. The Nintendo Entertainment System really formed my game for loving video games, just playing it, and how anything you can imagine can be made into a video game. So anyway, are you guys interested in this collector's guide, basically of the NES Library? Are you not interested in this 450-page book? Again, to me it looks really cool, but again, it's all in the eye of the beholder. If you're just the person who you don't want a book for it, again, it is a cool book to put on the shelf, and when you just want to look at NES games, you just pull it off. There's something about having a physical book on it rather than looking at a webpage that is different, at least to me. Anyway, love to hear your guys' opinions like always. I'll make another video soon. Later, guys.